Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh, dear grade 8 students. This is Miss Huda Dalibalta, and I'm going to talk in this video about the circle, its characteristics, and remarkable lines and segments inside the circle. So first of all, we are going to know how to define a circle and how is the notation of the circle written as, and also how to draw a circle. First of all, the notation of the circle is written as follows. We write C, between parentheses we write the center, the letter representing the center, which is O, and we write the magnitude of the radius we want. It may be 3 centimeters, 2 centimeters. Any real number can be a centimeter or a radius for this circle. Okay? So this is the notation of a circle. So we usually call it C. The center is usually called O. Of course, we can choose any letter for this center, but usually the mostly used is the letter O for the center and C for the circle, and here represents the radius. So whenever you see that notation, that means that the circle you are going to draw, for example, that circle, the circle you are going to draw is of center O and of radius from here to here, that's the radius, and the magnitude of this radius is 3 centimeters. Okay? Now, how to draw a circle? So as I told you just right now, that a circle is defined by its center and its radius. Now, how to draw a circle using the center and the radius at the same time? First of all, I have to choose a point to use it as a center. So that's a center. I'm going to use this as a center, and I'm going to write it the letter representing the center, which is O. As I just told you, we usually use O for the center. Now to draw the circle, I need to use the compass. So I'm going to choose the compass. That's the compass. And I need to choose the ruler, to use the ruler. Now, if I need to draw a circle C of center O and radius 3 centimeters, I have to choose the compass and to use the ruler and to open the compass till 3 centimeters using the ruler. So I use the compass. I put the needle of the compass here. I put it till 3 centimeters using the ruler. And now I'm going to take the compass to put the needle. Notice I put the needle on the center. And now I don't have to change it. So I have to move the compass again to put the needle on the center. And I need now to draw the circle with center O and radius 3 centimeters as you see here. So that's our circle. So again, I put the needle, let's choose another color. I put the needle, okay, on the center. I draw using the compass a circle because I opened it 3 centimeters. Then I draw a circle of center O and radius 3 centimeters. So if we measure the radius, look, it is exactly 3 centimeters. Now I join the radius. That's the radius. Okay, so this segment is called the radius. So I'm going to write its name. It's called the radius. Now, if I'm going to join a point, for example, a point here, let's make a little bit smaller. Let's use another color, for example, pink, and let me put a point here, and I'm going to draw a segment joining this point, passing through the center to the other side of the circle. So I'm going to use this line, and here that pink segment is what we call the diameter. So the diameter joins 2 points on the center, on the circle, together. That's the diameter. So the radius is just joining the center to the circumference, to any point on the circumference of the circle. That's a radius. I can draw another radius. Let me change the color. I can draw, for example, a radius here. I can draw a radius here. Okay? So these are the plural of radius is radii. So what I just drew are called radii. And notice that the radii of this circle are equal. The distance from here to here is equal to that from here to here, is equal to that from here to here, is equal to that from here to here, and so on. So all radii of this circle are equal, and thus there is a property that says that all radii of the same circle are equal. Now, what's the difference between the diameter and the circle, and as well, what's the relation between them? The radius is joining the center to the circumference, to any point on the circumference, while the diameter is a segment that joins 2 points on the circumference and passing through the origin, the center. It passes through the center. So the center of the circle is indeed the midpoint of the diameter. So because I'm saying that the center of the circle is the midpoint of the diameter, and the distance from here to here represents the radius, or the segment from here to here represents the radius, then the relation between the diameter and the radius is that the diameter is double the radius. So the diameter is double the radius. If the radius is 3, for example here, the diameter is represented by small d, 2 times 3, which is 6. So if the diameter is 6, then the radius is 3. If the radius is 3, then the diameter is double the radius, which is 2 times 3, which is directly 6. That's the relation between the diameter and the radius. So always the diameter is double the radius. Now let me erase these. Okay, now I'm going to talk about something called the chord. So let's choose more colors. Here I'm going to put a point here and a point here, and I'm going to join them by a segment. That yellow segment doesn't pass through the center. It's just joining 2 points on the circumference of the circle. That's what we call the chord. So that's what we call the chord. So it is called the chord. So that segment that joins 2 points on the circumference of the circle is called the chord. Now, let me tell you about special lines to a circle. Now we talked about the radius, the diameter, and the chord. So here is the chord. It's a segment that joins 2 points on the circumference of the circle together without passing through the origin, while the diameter is a segment that also joins 2 points on the circumference of the circle, but what? identifies it that it passes through the center, and this center is its midpoint as well. The radius is that tiny segment that joins the center to the circumference.